racing today on the Vaal Classic, 8 races on the card. That means the bypod starts right here in race number 1. PA race 2, Pick 6 race 3, Jackpot race 4, Jackpot 2 race 5. Looking forward to this card. Daryl Marie is going to help us dissect this. And of course, we are 4 days away from the big one, Champions Day at the Big T. So let's get straight into this first race here. It is a maiden plate. Of course, Full Racing welcomes you. There are 9 runners, no changes at this stage. And your strong favourite here is number 1, Tanner Marie, for Sean Terry. And in-form Ryan Munger, who we've only got probably for the week ahead of us, unfortunately. 13-2, number 3, Like a Prayer. 2, Line in the Sky, 15-2. And it's 14-1 and better bar those. So, Daryl and I are going to get you through this card. Daryl, is this Tanner Marie a good thing? Is it a banker in all bets? Can we start with an odds-on favourite?
In the bar pot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
For your multiples, I'd certainly add her. Your total to comes. She certainly looks really hard to beat.
Good run last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, cherry ripe. Her comeback effort behind Antonio Gardi, that 4 months worked out well. It's Personals, 1 from there. Lady of Ox, 1 from there. The horse that finished even further back in that field was Old Fashioned, who's come out and run 2 seconds since then. And then last time, unfortunately, she came out very slowly, got caught behind runners in a pocket. When she got the split down the inside, she did stay on well, and she finished best of the rest. Pulled clear of the balance of the field. The horse that ran 6 lengths behind her, I think it was Winds of Change or something like that. Azzy, Winds of Grace, came out and ran 3rd over the weekend.
There we go.
If you have a look at the field, the horses that have raced don't give you much confidence. And she's in good form. I know she tends to come out slow at the start, but if she breaks on terms, it will enhance her winning chances. If she comes out slowly, I think she'll run 2nd at worst.
Yeah, I must say, it looks hard to look past her in this field. All right, so we've got that bipod. We are bankering, are we?
Yes, we are.
Okay, let's have a look at that bipod on screen. Banker 1, Tanner Marie. She really does look hard to beat, and as Daryl says, if she loses 3 lengths, she'll probably still come 2nd. 1, 2, and 6 in leg 2. 2, 3, 4, leg 3. Then we bank at 10, 4, 6, and 7. 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8. And the cost there, 135 Rand in race number 1. That's off at 12.40, the first of 8. Race number 2 is the first leg of our PA this afternoon. 1,200 meters for this maiden. Let's see the changes. There is 1. Beartic is scratched again. Number 5 will not take part. So there's 7 runners here. Now, not often you find favourites as first-timers here, but that's the case. Curtis Condor, well named. Daryl and I are just discussing this off air. The son of Lancaster Bomber for Johan Jans van Vuren in the Werner's colours with Simanga Kamara aboard, costing 800,000 Rand, is your 17-10 favourite. Number 2, Mizzen Sword, from an informed Mark Khan stable, it must be said, is 18-10. Gavin notably takes the ride. 33-10, number 8, Give Me a Storm. That's 4.5, 9-2 about number 3, Trip to States, and then 25-1 and better by those. I must just mention, of course, in some of the betting, the open betting markets right now, Obsidian is still there, but of course it won a race. Obsidian is a maiden no longer. First time is never easy to, banker and back on debut. We don't know. Well, I'll find out in course tomorrow, but how are we going to play sitting here today?
Yes, it's not easy. There is no comment for number 6, but there is a comment for number 7. We'll need the run. Who's that? Is number 7? Yes.
Yeah,
Red
Robin
Seals.
Clausen.
Yeah. Okay, so, there was a horse over the weekend from the stable. Apparently, it was heavily supported. A lot of trade on at Hemisphere. So I
Hemisphere.
think Hemisphere.
Yeah,
so I think the stable's got a little bit of confidence that they bouncing back to good form and they can go.
And I must say, their horses on Saturday, Johan's horses, looked magnificent. Each and every one of them.
Yeah. So let's hope the stable's turned and onwards and upwards. I had a look at the breeding. The dam was unraced. But there was a half brother who won 2 races, 1750, 1800. Another half brother, Amala, half sister, 1800. So I think in time to come,
Bit sharpness.
he's going to get much further. But if he's got any sort of ability, this is the right field for him to make a winning debut. The 4.5 isn't great. Let's just touch on numbers 3, Trip to States, and number 8, Give Me a Storm. Now, finished alongside each other on their Tokyo Medaglia run. Obviously, one expects Give Me a Storm to get a smoother run in transit from Stallgate number 1. blinkers go on, but there's not much separating the two of them on paper. However, if you go back to the future near run, Mizzen Sword beat Trip to States by 5, close to 6 lengths. So on a line through Trip to States, I think it's a 2-horse race, if the first time is fancied. Mizzen Sword, I thought very unlucky last time out. You know, he did improve. They pulled well clear of the balance. But the winner on that occasion hung on to him, and they finished towards the middle inside of the track. He was rallying very late. And you touched on a key point, Lyle, when you opened the preview for this race. Mark Khan's stable is on fire. So for the PA, I'm happy to bank a number 2. But I certainly won't be having a bet if number 6 is alive.
All right, completely respect that, and it makes such good sense. 6 and 2, if you want to add in the 6, go ahead, but the 2 and form should be right there. Here's Daryl's PA. Banker 2, banker 3, banker 10 will now know our fate pretty early. 4, 6, 7, 1, 3, 4, 6 and 8, 4 and 5, 2 and 3 in the final leg. The total spend there 60 Rand. Remember, you can always add on. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the PA, race 2 at the Vaal on Tuesday, 13.50. Race number 3 is a maiden plate, 1600 meters on this Vaal Classic Racecourse. Around the turn, don't be left behind you. 13.50 the off of the pick 6. We need that kitty for Saturday. Now, big scratchings here. Number 1, Pioneer Square. Number 2, Dylan's Champ. Both out. So that really does diminish this field. It leaves number 3, Royal Miracles, the favourite, 18 to 10. 22 to 10 about the 4, War Reporter. 5 to 2 you can pick up about the first timer. That's Magical with Muzi aboard for the Aussies. 7 to 2 the 8, Lady Forteza. Those 4 obviously have the best form, I say in inverted commas, but it still looks quite trappy.
Yeah, the form on offer here isn't great.
No.
That's Magical. I don't think there's a comment in the front of the computer form. Let me just check.
It's not a
No
draw.
comment.
No comment.
No, you can see my pick 6 up at the scratching. I included number 2 on purpose, so that I could double up if the toad favorite does arrive. I put numbers 2, 3 and 4. Now let's touch on number 4, War Reporter. 2 runs in the Western Cape, came to the Highveld, well beaten behind Pumpkin Pie. In saying that, Pumpkin Pie was a runaway winner on that occasion. Being out of a Portwood mare, I think he's going to love the extra. And you know what? He's only having his 4th start, so I can see him building on what he's shown to date. Number 3, now that numbers 1 and 2 have come out, appears to be the foremost. I think one of his better recent runs has been on the classic track behind Chariot of Fire. In that race, Spy Stories franked their form, Page Boys franked the form. Then last time out over 1800 in the soft, I thought that was a stretch for him. So for that reason, Washington's brought him back 200 meters. And you know what? All the confidence in their irons with Ryan Munger aboard. So let's hope we get through the opening leg. I'm not really convinced, but I do believe we are on the 2 right horses.
It's not going to take a lot of winning this one.
Yes.
All right, 2, 3 and 4. Daryl's including number 2 in case the favourite, whoever it is, does win. 2, 3, 4 by banker 10, by 1 through 8, by 1, 3, 4, 6 and 8, 2, 4 and 5, and it's 2 and 3 at the back, 720 Rand. Pick 6, not an easy starter, but you might get away with those top 2, 3 and 4, and like Daryl, you can throw in the 2. Race number 4, another maiden plate. This one's over 2,000 meters, and it's the first leg of our jackpot 1 this afternoon. The off time 14:25. 2 equipment changes. Number 2, Chieftain's Shield, tongue tie off. Number 6, Sky on Fire, blinkers off. Now the betting has an even money favourite. Number 10, Instant Attraction, the obvious choice here on the form, struggling to win a maiden, but as Daryl's alluded to, Ryan Munger's aboard. Number 9, Battle of the Bulge, is at 9 to 2. Daryl likes the sauce, he likes the name. Number 2, Chieftain's Shield, 13-2. Same price about number 3, Man's Knight. 7-1, the one Gifted Royal. And then 18-1 and better by those. Daryl, I'm not envious of you here. I'll have to do this tomorrow, but it does look rather hard to beat the 10. But then again, the horse doesn't want to win a race. What do we do?
No, let's just touch on the comments in the front of the book. Number 3, Man's Knight, probably will need the run. Number 4, Heroic Act, will need the run. And no comment for number 8. Or is it number 9? Number 9, Battle of the Bulge.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Azzy will have a line, or the Asmen will have a line with his favourite and Battle of the Bulge, because they train Hugh Tanango.
That's right.
But I really can't fall onto this horse because of the 245-day layoff. I'm sure the Asmen are confident that he's fit enough to do himself justice, because they've put him into a 2,000-meter event
After
so many
245
days
days.
off the track. But I'm wary. You know, instant attraction's been very, very costly to follow.
Yeah.
But I need to point out something, Lyle. Last time out was her first run with the tongue tie. Now, on paper, it appears as if she went handy. She wasn't handy in that race. The winner and herself moved up and sliced through the field like a hot knife through butter. And they dominated the finish. They've pulled well clear. By now we'll know if that form line's been franked with a run in the previous race, Royal Miracle, finishing as much as 12 lengths behind.
10 lengths behind,
yeah. Also in that race was Chieftain's Shield. Now, he's having the tongue tie removed, but he wasn't moving very fluently in the latter stages. And on paper, one can't believe he's going to reverse the form. He might get a little bit closer, but I can't see him reversing as much as 12 odd lengths. So instant attraction with the tongue tie remaining fitted on. I think she'll take all the beating. I think this race is at her mercy. So I'm very, very bullish about the daughter of Camford Cliff's chances here.
All right, we like that confidence. I mean, surely she'll get it right today. We've said that before, but this is probably the weakest field she's ever ran against. Right, okay, here we go. Jackpot. Bank at 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8. 2, 4, and 5. And that is 120 Rand. And you know, you won't get rich backing this horse, but it's good to have bankers on a card. And instant attraction could be that banker. Race number 5, Classified Stakes. They're racing over the mile, 1,600 meters. First leg of the Jackpot 2. Changes, there are equipment changes here. Hats ladies, got a few of them. Steel shoes on front, unshod behind. Blinkers are off, compression mask on, earmuffs on, and a Cornell collar on number 10. Now, number 7, Sail the Sky, is your current favourite, 22-10. Gavin Arena notably taking the ride for the third time. 3, Roaming Spirit, 28-10 for Matthew and Mike DeCock. Princess Ilaria, who did me such a favour last week. I can't believe it says here 14-1 to 7-1. It's actually 44-1 when I backed her last week, and she did it. 8, Oh My Gucci Girl, 13-2. And then it's 10-1 the pair, Eiffel Tower and Quantum. So race number 5 here are those top 2. I mean, they both look quite appealing on form, but are there others that can dethrone them?
Yeah, you know, Sail the Sky is very, very consistent recently. He now steps up to a mile. He's been a mile twice in the past and he's failed to feature, but he wasn't in form back then. He is a very, very difficult customer at the pens. So if he's going to be playing up and he misses the break or fly jumps, then your chances are spoilt. But on paper, he must have a winning chance. We've seen Juniper Green frank that form. She finished behind him.
And
you know,
I'd imagine Gavin probably told Chris to go 16.
Yeah, Gavin will give him a nice confident ride to help him see out the extra. So I can see him winning, most certainly. Princess Ilaria, lovely win last time out. I thought she quickened up beautifully. On paper, not much separating herself and Roaming Spirit. And also Oh My Gucci Girl, which both have to be included. But yes, she must have a chance of going back to back. I like her chances. Samanga knows her well. Then I've also included Quantum. Now, if you go to the top of the book, you'll see her best weighted column. And she's only half a pound best in over here. But the fact remains is she's well weighted in this event. She's been as high as an 81, down to a 75. Neat draw this time round. I think she's got a chance of featuring up here. Have a look at her form. She's been twice over this course in distance and won one of those. So 50% strike rate there. Yeah, difficult race. See if Capola lines up. I see he's nominated to run over the weekend. But he does form part of my selections. If he comes out, we've got a chance to double up on the Toad favourites.
Yeah, it makes sense because number 7, Sell the Sky is the foremost, but like Errol says, this is a classified stakes, so the weights favour the fillies and mares, and that's why you've got to take those horses seriously. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, by 1, 3, 4, 6 and 8, by 2, 4, 5, by 2 and 3, they spend their 240 Rand. You've got a good chance of catching this jackpot, and we're actually looking for a result in leg number 1. Race number 6, merit rated 66, handicap over 1500 meters. When I see MR66, I get a bit of a jolt. It's really not going to be easy when you see those letters strewn together. Number 9, Chicago Less, is a scratching, and the blinkers are off. Number 12, Can't Catch Me. Betting, number 6, Perini Palace, Andrew Fortune, Yop Fisser. Nice combination. They're doing really well with the horses, the Fissers. Number 1, Thunderbird, my best looking horse in this country. He is currently sitting at 3.75. We just wish he ran the way he looked. 5 to 1, number 3, Silky Jet. 11 to 2, number 4, Time for Charity. 13 to 2, number 5, Breath of Magic. 12 to 1, and Better Bar Those. I love it when I sit with you because I can say, all yours. Help us with this one, please.
Yeah, I like the fact that you touched on Yop Fisser, Yop and JC. I mean, their stables in fine form. Whatever they're settling, most of their runners are in the money now.
Stephen Rocci on Saturday went to put 40 to 1. It looks like $1 million.
Yeah, let's see how she goes, Perini Palace. You know, she's going to have her work cut out because she needs to overcome that tricky draw. All depends on how much energy she has to exert to get into a position where she can relax and kick from there. I'll give her a chance. But I'm wary about that draw. Then you've got Thunderbird, your horse, number 1. What do you make of him being stepped up to 1,500, Lyle?
I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make it because he just goes, doesn't he?
Yes.
He just runs.
I would have preferred to see the blinkers being removed.
Correct. I'd agree with you.
Over 1,500. But you know what? If he sees it out and he's untested over this distance, who says...
If
who are we
Gavin can
to
get
say?
him to settle in front, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. So
Maybe he'll win the Summer Cup one day. Let's hope.
he's damn one over 1,400. Let's see how he goes.
Okay.
Silky Jet, number 3. She's having her first run for a new yard. Possibly of a distance short of her best, but she's going to race fresh. And you know what? I've seen Robin Klaasen improve on horses in the past. So she goes into my play. Time for Charity. Excuse me. Last time out, it was her first run for a new yard. She goes well on this classic track. I've put her in. I can see her featuring in this sort of lineup. And then the horse I'm really looking for improvement from is another Ryan Munger mount over here. Number 8, Bob Lee Swagger. Now have a look. Number 10 also is trained by Craig Mayhew.
Yes.
But I'm certain that Ryan got the choice of rides or the right one over here. And Bob Lee Swagger's dropped right down to a 56. I know he tends to give starts away at the pens, but if he can break on terms, I think in this lineup I'm expecting him to fight at the finish. So for my money, number 8 represents the value in this race.
Yeah, currently 12 to 1. Not a bad price.
I'm going to be having a little bit of a nibble on that.
Merit rated 66. Take your chances because they probably all have a chance. 1, 3, 4, 6 and 8. And the 8 could be the value with Ryan aboard. 2, 4 and 5 by Banker 2. This is the pick 3, the final pick 3 on the day, and that's just 30 Rand if you take it. Hopefully the 8 can come 2 and 3 in the final leg, as I said. And Bob Swagger, that's the value. Race number 7 is a merit rated 85 handicap. They're racing over 1,500 meters. And with the scratching of number 7 Rattle Bag, there are now only 6 runners, but all of them in the betting, meaning the 4 Palace Dancer 19 to 10, 5 to 2 the 1 Claw, 4 to 1 Willow Express the 2, 3 Muller Man 9 to 2, 6 to 1 Laughing William number 6, and the outsider of the pack Deception Pass number 5 is 7 to 1. Now, Palace Dancer, of course, Amos and Corsi, the most passionate owner you'll ever meet in your life. He's so excited about this. Is that a big runner, or does she have some proper opposition?
I think she's a massive runner in this lineup. What I like about her is she's consistent and she's improving. Last time out was against the boys. Potbury, take notes. Filly that ran behind on that occasion runs early on in the day, Quantum. Let's see if she's franked the form.
And that's one of your values.
Yeah. Also in that race was There's a Light, who came out and ran second of the weekend, and the
It
winner
was
from
heavily
there
backed as well.
was it?
Yes.
Okay.
It was Magna and Manga,
yes.
wasn't it? Heavily
The
backed.
winner from there was Royal Force. I
Yes.
can see her featuring in this lineup. Number 1, Claw, there's no comment for him. He's been 6 months off the track. And then Moolah Man's also been 3.5 months off the track. So they lack racing fitness. Number 2, Willow Express, he's 7 years old. But Striker gets a good tune out of him. He'll be waiting and watching all unfold ahead of him. And hopefully strike late. So I
Use
can
the
see him
pun.
featuring. Yeah. Then Laughing William, last time out, a little bit disappointing. He ran third last and not striding out. I don't know what to make of that. Deception Pass, currently the outsider in the pack. You said 7-1. I think he represents a bit of value. I'll tell you why. There's a equipment change. The blinkers come off. That's first and foremost. Muzi Yeni reunites with him. He sat on his back 5 times for 2 wins in 2 seconds. That's a great record.
It is.
And have a look at his rating. Now his ratings plummeted from an 86 to an 81. But I wanna point out over here is I don't know if there's gonna be much pace in this race, but Deception Pass in the past, when he's been effective, he's been up on the pace. And recently he's been ridden with restraint. Stallgate number 1, if Muzi Yeni pushes forward or even takes it up, I can see this was improving a lot on his recent form. So I've gone with numbers 2, 4, and 5 here in the double.
Like it. And you made a good case for number 5, Deception Pass. 2, 4, and 5 by 2 and 3, 60 Rand. That is the double. And the value in race number 7 could be Deception Pass. Final race on the card, merit rated 74 handicap over the 1200 meters here to end off this Tuesday. One form update, twice as well. Number 10 did run on Saturday and ran 6th, 2.25 behind Inifix. Betting number 3, Super Awesome, 5-2. The 1 horse, Paul Revere, 3-1. Number 2, Biomanesque, 3.75. 7-1 Oriental Bouquet, that's the 8 horse, and then it's 11-1 and better by those. Now, the 2, obviously the betting suggests the top 3 have the best form here.
Yes, the way I read this race is if number 10 stands her ground twice as well, with that low weight and the draw, she normally heads up the affairs up front. She sets the pace if she breaks well. And if she does run, I don't foresee any changes as long as she gets a clean break. And that will allow number 2, Bimanes, to slot in behind her and in my mind get the run of the race. Now, you can see excuse me.
The Vaal Park run, yeah.
Last time out, he did improve in his second run after rest. I watched that race, and what's key is he settled beautifully in running. Having his peak run, ratings dropped down further to 74. I'm sure Striker will be very keen to boot home another winner for his sponsors. So I think this race is really going to pan out well for him. By no means is it a cut and dry. There are others with chances. Number 3, Super Awesome. This horse is most effective over this course and distance. Gavin's won on him in the past. He knows he's a hold-up type of a horse, so he'll be switched off and he'll be coming with a late rattle. On paper, he should confirm the form with Paul Revere, who he beats and he's better off at the weights with. So I'm going to go in order 2 from 3, but I am making number 2, Bimanesque, my insure bet of the day.
We like it. 2 and 3, exacta boxed. Une, Bimanesque, and Super Awesome, who runs for Gavin. Good draw as well. That could be the play of the day in the final race. And the Coste Dell's putting 100 Rand on. That's 16.45. Get out stakes, race number 8.